My name is Kevin. I am 32 years old. I am married to a wonderful woman. Her name is Lena. I loved her very much. We had a good and simple life together. Our small house was full of her warmth and her happy smiles. I worked at a big company in the city. My job was very important to me. I worked long hours. I wanted to move up in the company. I wanted to be a big success. I dreamed of a bigger house and a faster car. Lena was different. She was a quiet and happy person. She worked at the local library. It was a small and peaceful job. She did not make much money. Her salary was very small. But she loved her work. She loved the world of books. She loved the quiet smell of old paper. She knew everyone's name at the library. She helped a little girl find a book about stars. The girl's smile made Lena's whole day happy. Her joy was so simple, yet so deep. Her job filled her heart with a simple joy. I loved my wife, but I did not understand her simple joy. I looked at our life. I felt something was missing. I wanted us to have more. I wanted us to be a power couple. My friends had big houses. They drove expensive cars. Their wives had important jobs. They were lawyers or doctors or managers. I saw their lives, and then I looked at our simple life. I wanted my wife to be successful, but my wish almost destroyed her. I was the reason she got sick. I started to talk to Lena about it. I did it slowly at first. We would sit at dinner. I would talk about my friends and their successful wives. I said, "My friend Daniel got a promotion. His wife is a manager. They are buying a new big house by the lake. They are very happy." I also said, "You are so smart, Lena. You can do so much more. This library job is too small for you. It is a waste of your talent." Lena just smiled a sad little smile. Her eyes looked tired. She said, "But I am happy here, Kevin. I love my job. I do not need more." Her happiness was not enough for me. I wanted more, even when we already had enough. Her words made me angry. I said, "Happy does not pay the bills, Lena. Happy does not buy a big house." I pushed her harder. I made our home a place of constant pressure. The quiet peace of our evenings was gone. Our home was not a happy place anymore. The happy light in her eyes started to get dim. She was not as cheerful as before. She became quiet and sad. She stopped talking about her day at the library. She just wanted me to be happy. So, one Wednesday, she gave up. Her shoulders were down. She said, "Okay, Kevin. I will try. I will look for a new job. I will do it for you." She found a job at a big marketing company. The salary was very good. The office was in a tall glass building. I was so proud. I thought our new, better life was starting. I was a fool. I was so blind. I did not see the truth. Lena started her new job. She hated it. The office was loud and full of stress. The people were cold and competitive. They did not talk about books. They only talked about money. She came home late every evening. She was pale and very tired. Her beautiful smile was completely gone. She did not talk about her day anymore. The woman I loved was fading away. She just ate a little food and went to bed. She started to have bad headaches. She could not sleep at night. She lost weight. Her eyes had dark circles under them. She did not sing in the kitchen anymore. I saw these changes, but I ignored them. I was happy with her new, bigger salary. We had more money. That was important to me. I told myself a lie. I thought, this is just a new start. She will get used to it. She will be happy soon. One afternoon, I was at my own job. My phone rang. It was an unknown number. I answered it. A woman's voice said, "Is this Mr. Kevin?" I said, "Yes, this is him." She said, "I am calling from your wife's office. There was an incident. Your wife collapsed at her desk. We have called an ambulance. She is on her way to the city hospital." The world went silent. My mind was empty. My wife collapsed. The hospital. The words were like a punch to my stomach. I ran out of my office. I drove to the hospital. My hands were shaking on the steering wheel. I waited in the cold, white waiting room. I looked at the clock. Every minute felt like an hour. My own words came back to me. You can do so much more. I felt a terrible sickness in my stomach. My ambition was gone. My pride was gone. All I felt was a terrible cold fear. Finally, a doctor came to me. He said, "Your wife is stable. She is resting now. She had a severe anxiety attack. Her body just shut down from extreme stress and exhaustion." The doctor looked at me. He asked, "Has she been under a lot of pressure?" His words were like a mirror. I saw my own face in them. I saw my pressure. I saw my selfish wishes. I saw what I did to my wife. I was the reason she was sick. I destroyed my wife's happiness. I had broken the best thing in my life. I went to her room. She was sleeping in the hospital bed. She looked so small and pale. She looked so fragile. This was not my happy Lena. This was a sad, broken woman, and I was the one who broke her. Tears ran down my face. I was so full of regret. I sat in the chair next to her bed. I held her cold hand. I waited for her to open her eyes. When she woke up, she saw me. She saw my tears. I did not wait. My voice was a broken whisper. I said, "I am so sorry, Lena. I am so sorry. This is all my fault. I was wrong. I was so selfish. I only thought about what I wanted. I never thought about your happiness. I did not listen to your heart." She just looked at me. Her eyes were tired and sad. I said, "Please, Lena, quit that job. Please. I don't care about the money. I don't care about a big house. I only care about you. Please go back to your library. I just want my happy wife back." A small tear rolled down her cheek. She squeezed my hand. A tiny, weak smile came to her face. A few months later, Lena was back at the library. The light returned to her eyes. Her real, happy smile came back. She was healthy again. She was my Lena again. Now, sometimes I go to the library in the afternoon. I stand quietly, and I watch her. She is surrounded by books. She helps an old man find a story. She reads to a group of small children. She looks peaceful. She looks happy. I thank God for this second chance. When I see her like that, I feel like the richest man in the world. I learned a hard lesson. True success is not about money. True success is seeing the person you love happy and whole, and I will never forget it. I hope this session was helpful. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more such interesting stories. Take care, everyone.